Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to see array iteration topic again, okay? And in this we are going to see find and filter method. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing so you won't miss any future content. Now let's jump into the video. Yes. So let's see how the find method works in the array iteration. Okay. So in the last video we saw how for loop, for each, and the map method works, and now let's see how find works. Okay. So it's a simple one. Before this, let's create an array because we have to work with that. I'll take simple numbers 1 to 6, and then now what we have to do is similar to the what we have done in the last video. We have to do numbers dot find, and then we'll have a callback function here, which is similar to this way. And here, as we know, we'll have a value. Okay. And here what we have to write is we have to write return. Okay, because find will going to return if the number is exist or not. We have to check if the number is exist or not. Okay. So here what I'll do is value triple equal to 4. I want to find if the 4 number is exist in the array or not. Okay, that it will going to return us. And as it is returning here, we have to capture it inside a variable. Okay, so is exist, I'll say. Okay, and inside that I'm going to capture it. Now let's see, let's console the is exist one, and let's console the array as well, which is numbers. Okay, so we have to see that is it actually changing or updating the original array or not as well, because if it is doing that, it's not, it should not do that, that's why. So let's see. So yeah, so what we have done is simple numbers dot find we have used, and we have a callback function, and from callback function we are taking value, and with that value we are checking if it is equal to 4 or not. Okay, so let's check that. So node 27 and this. Now you see what it is returning. Okay, so it's returning value as 4. Okay, so this is the original array and we got the output as 4. Okay, so it means it found the value. Okay, let's suppose I'll give 10, and let's see what exactly will happen to this. Okay, 27, and now you see it's saying undefined, means it didn't find, that's why it's saying undefined as a value. Okay, so that's how the find method works. Okay, and let's see how we can work with the filter. Okay, so I'll say filter here, and this is also the same thing, numbers dot filter. Okay, and here inside that callback function again. Okay, and then we'll take a value, let's suppose here, and here what I'll do is it will also going to return the value. Okay, only the for each is the one which will not going to return anything. Okay, but to find, filter, and map, three of them will return something. Okay, so if I do return here, and we have to say if value is greater than 2. Okay, only those values I want to filter it. Okay, so it will going to filter only those values. Okay, so let's print it, but before printing it we have to store it somewhere, as this is not the filtered array, like filtered numbers. Okay, I'll say, because it's returning, right? So we have to capture it somewhere, that's why we have to create a variable. Now if I do this, let okay, yeah, fine. So it should return us this 27, and now you see it's returning 3 2 3 4 5 6. As I said, the value should be greater than this thing. Okay, so what if what's going on in this? Okay, in find method it just trying to see if the values exist or not. Okay, and then it's like just completely ignoring that. But here in this what will happen is with the filter, it will going to iterate through all of them. Okay, if I say let's suppose 4 as well here, let me have the same logics actually. Okay, instead of greater than and all, I'll say 4. Okay, so now you see, now in the find as well as the filter I'm doing the same thing, I'm returning the value which are equal to 4. Okay, and here as well I'm going to print this is exist, and here let me say find, and here let me say filter. Okay, this is just a string, I just want to see in the console properly. That's why I have added this. So is exist, what is exist, it's showing, and filter will going to return what are the values are there. Okay, so the logic is simple. If it is matching to 4, I want to return it. Okay, that's how it is. So now let's do this. Node 27, and now you see here in the find. Okay, find just return 4 only. Okay, it didn't done anything. Okay, but filter actually filter the original array and return a new copy of that array. Okay, as 4 comma 4. Okay, so with this what we can conclude is find is only used to find a particular number or element, particularly element we can say. To find a element we can use that, and filter is to filter a array and get a copy of the filtered array. Okay, that you can say. So with the help of filter, you can get the filtered array or the filtered copied array. Okay, it will not going to change anything in the original array. It will going to return a new array for us. Okay, using this operation, whatever operation you performed it. So this is what the find and filter method is. Yes. So now let's see one more important topic in JavaScript, or I can say in entire full stack journey. Okay, you will have to going in forward in future. You have to deal with the array of objects. Okay, we saw objects in the few last videos. How we can create object, how we can access it, and so many different things we have seen. Okay, but we'll have a concept called array of object, and we have to deal with that. Okay, how we have to do that, and how basically we have to create it. Okay, that we have to see it now. So firstly, let users, I'll say we are going to create a users array, but it will going to be object. Okay, so let's see how it will be, because if you say user, it will be like Steve. Okay, Steve comma Bruce or etc. Okay, this way you can do. But as we know that object will have the other properties as well. Okay, if I want to see Steve mobile number or email address, how can I see this? It will be not possible if I use a single element of array. Okay, so in this case we have to have a objects, okay, as a element of a array. So how we have to do is we have to same curly braces, and let me do it very simple. I'll just do enter, so it's a array, and here curly brackets, and inside that again enter. I'll say name, and I'll say Steve. Okay, as a name. Then email, I'll say steve@gmail.com. Okay, and then mobile, and here I'll say some random number. Okay, so now you see this is a array of object. Okay, it can be any object, any number of objects. It can be 1, it can be 10, it can be thousands. Okay, but this is an array, and inside array we have an object. Okay, let's create one more for Bruce, and I'll say email as bruce@gmail.com, and mobile, let's say. Okay, so this is the mobile number. Okay, so this is how it is. Now you see we have a array of objects. Now what I have to do is I need to know Steve mobile number. Okay, so let's see how we can achieve this. Okay, I just want to print it. Okay, so as you know, array we are dealing with, so we have the array iteration. So we can use for each, as we just need to print it. We don't need to create a new array of it. We just need to print it. So in this case, what I can do is I can go here and say users dot for each. Okay, and inside this what I'm going to say is callback. One callback will have this way, and value we can get it, and then I'll have a very small very simple console, and here what I'll say is value dot name. Okay, so Steve mobile number, right? So Steve is the like value dot name will going to return as the name of all the objects, then comma or let's say plus, and then a string which will have a space or the colon, I can say, and then again plus value dot mobile or email. Let's print a email. Okay, so this is way. Okay, so name and the email, this is how we have to print it. Okay, so let's see how it will going to work. Node 27, it's giving a error because I didn't return this node correctly. Now it's correct. Now you see it's returning Steve and Steve email, and Bruce email. Okay, So this is how we can access, we can create an array of object first, and then this is how we can iterate through it, iterate over it, okay, using the for each. Okay, so this is how we can do array of object and loop through it. Yes. So now you can see on my screen, I have updated this array of object and I added one more object in the array. Okay. And you can see we have properties as name, email, age. Okay. For all of them. You can have different properties to all of them. It's up to you. But again, we have to make sure once we are iterating it and we are trying to find one value, we should be careful with that. We are not running into undefined or something. Okay, because if some value or some key value is not there, it will going to return undefined. Okay, that's a later case, but we're going to see find or filter here. Okay, so what we are going to filter is with the age. Okay, whoever is before, like below 25, I want to get a new array out of it. Okay, so that we have to do. So let's see how we can do that. I'll say let filtered users. Okay, I'll say filtered users and users dot filter, I'll say. Okay, so now we know that callback we have to provide inside this, and then this is our callback. Let's take value out of it, and here what I'll going to say is return value dot age. Okay, because we want to change check with the age which is less than 25. Okay, so whoever is less than 25 age, I want to have a new array. Okay, so let's print filter users. Okay, now if I console it and let's see what exactly we're going to return, and you see here we'll get Steve and Zoro because their age is less than 20. Okay, that's why we got it a new array. Okay, and as Bruce is age 30, we can't see him in this array. Okay, so this is also similar how we have did filter earlier with the number. Okay, we are trying to find only 4 number which are matching, we have to return it. Here what we are doing is with the age we are doing, the filter criteria is age. Okay, and yeah, so this is how we can filter something with the array of object. Okay, and you can do the similar one for the find as well. What you can do is or what we can do, let's see, I'll say users dot find and a callback. I'll going to find Steve. Okay, so let's take value here, and let's say value dot name triple equal to Steve. Okay, so if it is a Steve, we have to return it. Okay, so let me console this one and let's print this node 27, and now you see it's giving nothing because we have to have somewhere we have to get it. Okay, so is exist, I'll say, and let's print this is exist, and yep, let's do it again. Now you see it's returning us this particular object, only object it's returning, not an array. Okay, this we have to again consider. Okay, because if you see this one, if you do with the filter, okay, it will going to return you an array, but here in the find one it is returning a element. Okay, not an array. Element can be anything, it can be object, it can be string, it can be number, it can be anything, but it is not returning a array, it's returning a element. Okay, find method, but filter will going to definitely return you a array only. Okay, whatever you do, it will get to return you the array only. Okay, so that point we have to make sure, and I'll going to write it here as well. It will going to return the element of array based on the criteria. Okay, or filter criteria I can say, and the same line will goes to filter, but it will not going to return the array, it will going to return the array uh, based on the filter criteria. Okay, so find will going to return a element, filter will going to return a array. Okay, so yes, so this is about find and filter and the difference between find and filter. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and give it a like. I'll be back with more content in the next video. Thank you.